Mhm. Mhm. Right. So even from then they were faking it. Hmm. Yeah. Yeah, but don't they still have to do that? You said okay by the country. Yes, you did. Yes. I think what happened was that English gave back these so-called countries their independence, and so they called it, but it wasn't total. It wasn't total independence. It was a fake. It was not. It's not a real independence. Yeah. Well, it's not, isn't it? Because if you look at Barbados, Barbados is still owned by England. They're still governed by England. Hmm. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Interesting stuff. Okay. Anything else you want to add, Mum? Just talking about what's been going on this week, also in relation to all this racism that we've experienced. I don't know if you saw the Gucci jumper. I don't know if you heard about Liam Nelson talking about he wanted to stab a black person for a week and a half before he realized that he was wrong. Oh, different. Okay. Yeah. 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 Mm. Yeah. Hmm. Hmm. But is it the same though? Because back in the day, that was no. But back in the day, no, no. But what I'm just trying to say, yeah, back in the day, the definition of racism. Because if you look at how things are today, even the term rape, yeah, before the term rape was verified towards a female woman, the person has to be female, and it was about penetration. Now, rape is constituted; it can be male or female. No, I'm just giving you an example. So what I was just trying to say, racism back in the day was based upon those who have the power, i.e., white people have the power, so they're the ones who are racist. Black people don't have power, so they're not. No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, do you think that where we're evolving and where things are changing, that the power is not the same reference that we can use that to say that we can't be racist? I'm asking you. No, no, I'm asking you a question. I'm not giving you a thing. I'm asking you a question. Is that because you choose to not have power? Mm, yeah, yeah. Mm, hmm. Hmm. Yeah. Cool. And I think, I guess, in relation to what we're talking about in terms of what's happened this week and stuff, it got, again is showing where the power system is really lying, and it's just reminding us that actually, again, nothing's changed. Yeah. Hmm. Yeah. Hmm. Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, cool. Thank you. Is there anything else you want to add, Mum? Okay, thank you. Have a good evening. Okay, bye. Thank you for your contribution. So that was Mummy Dairy. Or they became aware and then went forward to do their neutralization to make sure that their last two children were actually British citizens, because the first three was, i.e., me and my two brothers, but my two younger sisters, because the law changed, they wasn't considered to be British. They were considered to still be Jamaican nationals. Wow. Because my parents were. But equally, even though what she was also saying is that my granddad and my grandma, they were supposedly British subjects at the time, but they still also had to go for the whole neutralisation process when the law changed. So one of the things that I've also found is that where they're even talking about, so what's it's made clear is that even though you got your ILR, indefinite leave to remain, it still doesn't give you that British citizenship. And even though you have your indefinite leave to remain, and then you have it for a period of time, and then what happens is every 5 years or 2 years, I don't know now because I'm not in that field at the moment, but I know at one point it was 2 years, then you got, after 2 years you renewed it, then you got 5 years, then you renewed it again, and this, that and the other. And then it was a case of when you have your child had to be, if you had a child, your child had to be 7 years old, and then you could apply for it, and then the child had to be 12 years old. And then every moment as people get through the system, they keep moving the goalpost, but yet you're not allowed to work in the country and do earnings and all this kind of stuff. But they want you to show how you provided for yourself for those 5 years to 7 years to 20 years and all this kind of drama, which doesn't make any sense at all, at all, at all. So it's those kind of politics that they're keeping up and going on with, because they want to keep people in, under their wrath. But the reality is that even when you do get ILR, you get that so-called brown book or burgundy book, which is soon to be, supposedly it's going to change a colour all over again. Who knows what your status is going to be anymore. So anyway, we'll get back to that at whatever point. But as my lovely guest is here, I'd like to introduce you to her now. And let me just set up your mic.
Hi.
Hello. So, introduce yourself.
Hi everybody, I'm Rainn Lots and I'm really happy to be here.
Come closer, baby.
You know, there are some specific topics going on which are quite interesting.
Yes, there are.
Let me just come a bit closer here.
Yes, move
I'm going to try and
closer.
put my phone up here. Yours looks...
let me see, what can I do? What have I got?
I guess I could put this...
Put that behind it, see if that will hold you a bit better. And I will try and put this that way.
You've got an iPhone, yours looks 100.
No, I don't have an iPhone, I have a Samsung.
Oh, no wonder, yours looks real good.
Yeah, I had to upgrade. Let me upgrade myself. So I got S9 for Christmas.
Nice.
Yes. So forget the who.
Yeah, it's not great.
No, it's not. Everyone was always like, I don't need to have an iPhone, but iPhone is very...
Yeah, it's not good at
It's
all.
secular.
Yeah.
Very secular to themselves.
There's a young lady that might be coming. If she doesn't have to talk. But...
Okay, cool. All right, so Rainn Lots.
Hey.
How you doing?
Yeah, I'm good. Glad to be here.
Excellent. It's lovely to have you.
Thank you.
It's been in a while in the making.
Yeah.
But we finally here, girl.
And you look lovely today.
Thank you.
For those that can't see you, she looks great.
Thank you. As do you,
Loving
my dear.
the red.
Thank you. It's my signature.
Yeah.
Little tracksuit, fling it on every single day.
Love it.
I mean, what you gonna do?
You just need to be cozy.
This is what I'm saying.
Especially with the weather now, isn't it?
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. And look at her little ring. Have you showed them all? I need to get one of these, Wow.
Bling, bling, bling,
Love
bling,
it.
bling, bling. It's not all about the diamonds. It's what people are digging
That's
and
so
dying
pretty.
for every day. You know what I mean? Big
Yeah.
up yourself. So, Rainn Lots. Let's get into it, because we want to talk about you, of course, but also we want to talk about the subjects and kind
Topics,
of...
yeah.
Yeah,
I heard that what you were just talking about, Liam. Now, I don't know if I've got it completely correct, but what I did hear is that he said any black person that he sees, he wants to do something to.
He was walking with a knife.
Oh my God.
And he said any black person, any black bastard, he mentioned as well.
Do you know
and he said that 40 years, sorry to cut you. And what was interesting is that he said any black bastard, and he said that this year.
Yeah.
But the incident took place 40 years ago. So
what?
For me...
40 years ago?
Yeah.
And he's only talking about it now?
He's only talking about it now. But for me, I'm feeling like, you know what? The way that he said black bastard, to me, signifies that he still has those feelings.
He's had it on his mind the whole time.
Yeah, because why would you say any black bastard? So to me, I would have just said any black person, but he went further than that. Said any black bastard that he saw, he wanted to harm them.
Which is terrible. And the thing is, I've been watching his movies for a very long time. He's been one of my favourite actors.
Do you know, sorry to cut you again, but do you know what was on TV last night?
What?
Taken.
Oh my God.
Taken was on TV last night about 11 o'clock in the night.
Yeah.
Taken was on TV and I said, look at that controversy. I can guarantee that show was not supposed to be on aired before.
Yeah,
but because of the controversy.
Hype, I started thinking numerous things. I started thinking, is this man doing it because he's getting older and he's feeling like he wants a bit of attention? You know, like it could be the smallest things because we never really know what's going on in a celebrity's mind. But, you know, to be honest, I thought this is one of my favourite actors and I thought, now you're telling me this is 40 years ago, that's even terrible. But imagine I didn't know that, right? Yeah. So I'm thinking, how can you say that? You know, you're in this industry where I know that you've met black and white people, so you're supposed to look at everyone as the same sort of thing, even though we know realistically that's not the case. Yeah. But to come out with that is terrible. Come on. You know, black people have been through slavery, so imagine that we said, any white person we see now, that's it. Well, we're on that. That's how we feel, we're on it. We're not like that. Well, you know what is it? I just need to make this point really clear. Sometimes people make comments to say black people are racist. I just want to make it quite clear that it's literally impossible for us to be racist.
Okay, so that's what I was just saying to my mum.
It's impossible.
Why is that?
Because it's impossible. Because we don't... to be racist, you want something. You want to be like someone, or you envy someone for some reason, or you've got hatred because you fear them, or because they've got something that you want. Black people have never looked at things like that. Do you know what I mean? We're not looking at white people thinking, oh, we want to be white, or we want to be this, or we want to be that. We're not racist. We have no hate towards them. It's all love in our hearts. I don't know why we're like this as people within. And sometimes, you know, we're painted as if we're the worst people on this entire earth. Yes. How can we be the worst when we know what they did to black people in slavery? We would not do it to a cat or a dog. We would not do it as black people. And I'm not saying all black people. There are murderers that are black and white and whatnot. But my point is, we know that there's certain things that we just wouldn't do. Yeah. So Liam has completely let everybody down. I just can't believe he's done this. And for me to say I can't believe it, no, that's a lie. It's not that shocking, to be fair. Because black people experience things every single day of our lives. A new thing comes up, oh, this guy said this guy said that. It's just the way of the world. But it's not fair, realistically, is it? It's not.
Well, this week we've faced a lot. So we've had Liam Nielsen. We've had Gucci with the, blackface. Did you see the jumper?
I saw that. Disgusting.
Yeah. So we had the blackface. And then also we've had the deportation. Yeah. Of 29 people deported back to a country where they may have visited, but majority of them, from my understanding,
have been here.
Have been here since 5. Some of them have been there since 5.
This is their home. This is what they know, and then to just do that to them is like, really?
Yeah.
It's complete madness.
It is. You know, and it's actually giving signals, because you see, like, we're going through this whole Brexit phase. Yeah. It's kind of interesting to see what's happening, because, you know, lots of things that these people do is about destabilization.
Yes, that's right.
So in terms of when certain things are happening, certain things are put, you have to remember about orchestration. Now, people will orchestrate certain things to enable certain reactions from people to get what it is that they potentially want. Yeah. So I haven't sat down and thought about what's happening at this precise moment. What could be the reason behind why they're doing what they're doing? Because remember, the media is what makes things the way that they are.
That's right, but I think it's ultimately to send a message across. You know, to send a message, maybe to let us know, well, hello, things are not going to plan the way they wished, and to let people know we're not welcome. But to be honest, people should know that anyway, that ultimately, you know, everyone's trying to make a path for themselves. People are studying to be lawyers, doctors, all different races from all different sources. But at the end of the day, you know, maybe they just want their country back, literally. Like, you know, like they've had enough. Do you know what I mean?
You said what, their country back, you know?
Well, this is what I'm saying. But, you know, they've always got to remember it was our people that built the roads for them, taught them certain things, how to wash clothes properly. I'm not being how to cook. You know, this is not a joke. We taught them a lot of things. And we've only come with love because we've got love in our heart. So it's just very strange. And to be honest, if we were just kept within our countries, if we were left in Africa now, you know, no one bothered us, we would be living like kings and queens and hunting and eating our food and doing our crops and having water and vegetation and sun and vitamin D. But it's not the case, isn't it? Circumstances, because of slavery, has led us here with, you know, white surnames, which we didn't ask for. But it is what
She said
it is.
white surnames. Well, I'm a Simpson, so my slave trade, my slave master was like a very big slave master. I ain't done no research on that because I ain't got time for it.
Yeah.
But the reality is, I've got cousins who are Chinese, Indian, not that I know them, but I'm just saying, if I see someone with the name Simpson, I'm like, yo, you're my cousin, yo.
Yeah.
No. But do you get what I'm saying? Because my mum's surname, Pendley, we know that anyone with that surname is actual family related. But my surname is just...
Yeah, it's a bit out there.
It's just nothing.
Like mine is Hall, Hall. And you know, as a black woman, I feel really silly saying that. What's your name, Miss Hall? And I'm like, wow. You know, I would prefer to just have a proper surname that wasn't given to me.
I guess the other side of that for us is that what we then need to do is kind of... We would have to... change our surnames. You know, like
right.
the people.
Yeah.
Maybe do some research as to our ancestors and see
what our surnames
what our name's supposed to be.
I would love that.
You know what? And how I know it's possible as well. I don't know if you saw sometime last year they came up with this thing. It's actually a exhibition in some museum whereby. Drop quick.
Oh, the heat. Yeah.
Yeah. There's an exhibition, right, whereby they gave you a list of names. What boat they went on, who owned the boat, where they went to, how many people was on that. When I watched that, I actually cried because I'm like, wow, you actually do have records. So you can really go back and check and
know, where you're from. Yeah. And it is important. It definitely is.
I think we do. And you know what? Sometimes it's about us taking back our owners and not taking back the N word.
Yeah,
Dumbos. Not talking about the N word.
Why would we call each other that?
Because people think that it's power. They say it's power because we're using it on ourselves.
No, we don't need to. Why would we use a name we hated so much and we know that our ancestors went through being called that name in the most horrific
circumstances.
Conditions.
And
why would we?
Horrible.
Our women were attacked, raped. It's a serious thing.
Oh.
You know?
Behave, son. Behave, son. Yeah, it certainly is. Okay, so short of that, let's just talk about you for a second.
Yeah, we can.
So when I was driving here, I was just remembering when I first met you, and do you remember when that was? No.
That was years ago.
It was 1999.
Hey,
that was a while ago.
Yeah, we did Ms Jamaica UK.
Ms Jamaica, yeah.
And she had the longest legs I've ever seen.
I'm called Legs Delicious.
Yes, long legs, glamorous long legs.
Yeah. So that was our first experience of each other. We would enter the competition.
Yeah.
Well, neither of us won.
No,
we got a trophy all the same.
That's right.
Yeah, so we've got that memory to say that we was in that kind of show.
Yeah.
Big up yourself, Ms Jamaica UK, whoever you are, 2019, 18.
I think it might.
Even then.
Yeah. I can't remember her. I remember what she looked like slightly.
I remember number 2 because one of my friends was seeing her, so I remember the advocate, one of them ones.
And we had to go through rehearsals. Do you remember?
Yeah.
Some training. Yeah, it was interesting and it's an experience. And I just think as a young female, you know, there's certain things that you can do and you should just go for it.
Yeah, well, I mean, it was funny because how I got into it was that I just bucked somebody on the street and I'm like a network. I've been networking from I was a pitney.
Yeah.
And I just happened to meet this woman and we was talking and she said, I do Ms Jamaica UK. And I said, I want to do that. And she was like, really? Well, I've won Spears. And I said, what? And she was like, yeah. And I said, okay. Yeah. That was it. And I was in it. And I was like, wow.
Maybe her name was June. Was it June?
Yeah, it was June.
Yeah, June. Yeah. She saw me somewhere and just said, "Would I like to enter?" And I was like, "Okay then."
Yeah.
So I've still got a couple of pictures.
Yeah.
I found it and I was like, "Wow." You know, I was so skinny and it was like, "Wow."
Listen,
my God. Sticks.
Yeah, sticks.
Literally.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were little sticks then.
Yeah.
I'm hoping everyone can still hear me. My mic's not that close. Do you think it's cool?
Yeah, just try and get a bit closer.
Okay,
just to make sure that they. More. Yeah.
So yeah,
so that was that. That was in 1999, and then you was working in a estate agent's around a corner from me. Do you remember in Clapham?
Yes, yeah. Because that is what I wanted to make a note of to anyone that's listening. Like, I know that I do my music and stuff, but
which we're going to talk about.
Yeah, but property has been what I've been doing for a number of years.
Many years.
Yeah, and I just want to let anyone that's listening know that property is a really, really good thing to get into.
Mm-hmm.
I just think that purchasing a property and having the knowledge about properties and whether things are going up or down and just keeping up to date with everything is really, really important for us.
Definitely.
It's very important for us because that sort of thing can change your life. Do you know what I mean?
If you do it the right way.
Definitely. If you get a bulk of money, that's the way that you should go, rather than buying cars or, do you know what I mean, jewellery or foolishness. That's what people should do.
Mm-hmm.
And, as you get older and you have a property, you just realise the importance. You realise how special that is.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I don't even just mean a property that you've purchased. I mean, even if someone's got a council home, they've just got to know the importance of it.
Mm-hmm.
It's so important in this day and age.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, if someone becomes homeless now, like at an older age, and they haven't got kids, for example, it's really difficult for them.
Most definitely.
Yeah, if I see anybody homeless, I literally can't handle it. I'm just like handing them money. Sometimes you're handing money to the wrong people because you're not sure about the circumstances.
Who. Yeah, it's true.
But, you've really got to try. It's so important.
And you know what? It's funny because walking home the other night, I think it was about... I don't know if it was to 12 or after 12.
Yeah.
But I saw this woman walking with like a quilt, and she was walking. And then she basically was looking for somewhere to sleep. So I saw her go to one bin, and then she couldn't open it. And she went to the second bin.
Oh my gosh.
And then she opened the bin,
wow.
and then she went in there and closed. Because I kept looking back to see
if she's cool or...
No, to see if she was actually going in there, because I wasn't sure if she was looking for something.
Yes.
But the reality was that she was looking for a place to sleep, because she went in there and she didn't come back out. She closed the door behind her and she didn't come back out.
Wow.
So I just was like, wow, and I just thought, and it was so cold as well that night. It was really cold.
It's been so cold and raining, and these people are literally homeless.
Yeah.
Come on, this is not...
And don't get me wrong though, because some people become homeless due to their choices that they make, and
that's right.
So we're limited to what we can do about that anyway.
And how we can help them.
Yeah, and then sometimes even when they're being offered support, because of the lifestyle that they want to live, they're not able to manage it.
That's right. Yeah.
And I think a lot of that also goes back to the schooling, because if we're taught certain things in school, how to manage, like we don't have money management. We're taught maths.
Yeah, but not money.
What's 10p? What's 10p? If you get £1 and you buy something for 50p, how much change you get?
Yeah.
This, that, and all that kind of foolishness.
Yeah, the little things.
But it doesn't show you about, okay, if you have to pay for rent or you got a car, and these are the things that people are going to be growing up towards getting it.
Yeah, and they
do you know what I mean?
And
they don't know.
Water rates,
life insurance. How many of you got life insurance? And as we get to that point as well, I just want to shout out, because I know you also know him as well, and I've just found out as well that there's a potential. He used to live in my area actually, and he's affiliated with lots of my whole Instagram yesterday. So I just want to say RIP to Cadet. I don't know what his real name is at this precise moment, but Blair. Yes, Blair.
Yeah.
So I just want to say RIP to Blair, aka Cadet, who sadly, tragically passed away yesterday morning in a car accident. And he was at the peak of his career, just to make that step transition into the highlight of his career.
It's awful. I woke up and it just changed my whole entire day. I mentioned it today. Because I'm from like near Fulton Heath, and he's from them kind of ends.
Okay.
You just see him all the time in his car. He's such a happy guy. He's always smiling and laughing, and he was at the ultimate peak. He was on his way to a show when it happened.
Yes.
And you know what though? Do you know, honestly, it's a real tragedy, and I feel like someone that was a unique and special and talented person has gone now. But what I will say is, I don't know, he was just such a bright person that I know that he's gone somewhere good, and he's probably laughing at us all at the moment, like they really loved me, innit?
Yeah.
And that's the way that I would like to think about everything. obviously condolences to his family. Do you know what I mean? Cousins, everyone that was close to him.
Most def.
You know, he loved off his nephew. So it's just, yeah, it's really sad. But it goes to show he sent a message across to let people know that whatever they want to do or whatever their plans are in life, that they should basically get on with it and not do it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whatever you feel like you want to do, just do it.
Mm-hmm.
It's important.
Most definitely. Definitely.
So yeah, R.I.P. Cadet.
R.I.P. May you rest in peace in
Yeah.
paradise.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if you saw today that they had a send-off for him with a lot of some balloons in Hyde Park.
Yeah.
And the amount of people, like even before seeing that, I just knew from my Instagram feed that it's gonna have a very beautiful send-off, and the amount of people. But just seeing the balloon send-off, and like I said, I wasn't even aware of that. So you can imagine how much other people wasn't aware of that, or not even able to attend.
Yeah, because of circumstances.
Yeah.
Because it happened so quickly.
Well, it was yesterday.
Yeah, it was.
And they went to Hyde Park today.
Right, they're not playing about.
No.
You know, they're not playing about because he was someone really special.
Definitely. So
he really was. But you know what? I think sometimes God does take the good quickly when he's ready.
You know what? They say that God puts us on earth for a purpose. And we don't know what that purpose is sometimes, depending on what it is that we're doing in life.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's to pass on a particular message as such, or whatever message. Maybe he's passed on those messages that he was here to pass on. And
to show the youths that you can make it if you try. Definitely. And if that's definitely what you want to do, and it's not about fighting and gun crime, and that we all just need to pull together and support one another.
Most definitely.
You know, there's so many of his fans that, not even his fans, there's so many other artists that have mentioned him and said, this is what Ram's done for me. You know, this is the advice that he was talking to Rams when he was saying it. This is the advice that Cadet gave me. Yeah. Ram said that. I've seen a post of that. And it's like there's a lot of artists that he gave advice to and that he wanted to actually support. Mm-hmm. So it's a tragic thing. But
it is. But I guess his memory will live on and his music will definitely live on. Yeah. And, you know, I can't say like Michael Jackson, but there's lots of people who they're not recognised until they go different. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So sure of what he's done before, on what he's done. Remember, he's been in the studio, so he's obviously got catalogue. Yeah. So I would say, like, not to say he wasn't going to be famous, he was. Yeah. But he's probably going to be more in a different kind of famous now. Yeah. Because of his back cap.
And it's so strange, his name, underrated legend, but he is a legend now.
Is that what his name was?
Yeah, underrated legend.
I thought his name was Cadet.
No, his name's Cadet, but he's, you know when you've got Cadet, but then you've got another sort of name that describes you. Underrated legend is his other thing.
That's mad.
Underrated legend.
Wow.
Right? So, in my opinion, there's kind of like a story to that. You know, that's crazy. Underrated legend.
I've got goosebumps, you know, because I'm quite, I don't know what the word is, but in tune with certain things. And, you know, that's what I'm saying. We don't know what our destinies are.
No, we don't.
We don't know what it is sometimes. And sometimes we have this inkling of certain things, so we're working towards certain things, but we don't know that was the thing. Yeah. So to call yourself underrated legend. Yeah. Right. And look now. Right.
And now he is a legend.
Yeah.
You know? I just want to say a quick hi to Hashmish28. You know, I mean, he's always supporting me, and I just want to say thank you. Obviously, all my other supporters, thank you. But I mean, I can't pronounce his name properly though. Hashim
Shah 28.
Hashim Shah, Hashim Shah 28.
Yeah.
Hi.
Big up yourself, Hashim Shah 28. How you doing? Blessings. Okay, so we've got like literally a minute before we go to the ad break. Yeah. We'll be back on the other side. The ad break is about 10 minutes. So, this is the late night talk show, which is sponsored by Lotus Bar and Restaurant on Clapham High Street. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, they are open, for food from 6 o'clock straight through till 10 o'clock.
They've got good food there.
Lovely food. Mm-hmm. So come down and check it out. On a Wednesday is Caribbean night. So we have Caribbean night. Sorry, I keep saying we. So there's Caribbean night on a Wednesday. And Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday is Italian stroke general types of food. Mm-hmm. So make sure you check it out. Lotus Bar. It's not just a club. It's also a restaurant where you can go and celebrate your hen parties, celebrate any kind of party that you want to celebrate.
Yeah.
And attend any events.
And you might get to see us there.
Well, there you go. And actually, next Saturday is Sensationally Singles. What's it called? Sensationally Singles Night.
Oh wow!
Yeah. So
any of you guys and girls that are single, get down there, eat some nice food, and enjoy.
We'll see you after the ad break, guys.